everyone, welcome back to my channel and this book review. Today I'll be reviewing the book by Roma Downey entitled Box of Butterflies. And I have 5 takeaways from reading this book. Now, most people are familiar with Roma Downey and the popular television series that she was in called Touched by an Angel, which ran for 9 seasons. So I was looking for an uplifting, encouraging message of hope and inspiration, and Box of Butterflies definitely did not disappoint. My 5 takeaways after reading this book are: no matter how alone we feel, we are never truly alone. God loves us and is with us. And I wanted to read this poem that Roma put in her book. And that's what I loved about this book, was that it wasn't only her life's journey, but she interspersed beautiful poetry and beautiful quotes, Bible quotes, and inspirational quotes throughout. And this entry was actually the words from a song from Rodgers and Hammerstein, the musical Carousel. And the song is called You'll Never Walk Alone. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk alone. You'll never walk alone. Number 2, Box of Butterflies challenges us to look for the presence of God in our everyday lives. As Roma puts it, that no matter what, in sunshine or in shadow, God is always there. Number 3, that even in the moments of great sadness and distress, we can find gratitude. And as Roma relayed in a chapter titled Strength, she became very close to her Touched by an Angel co-star Della Reese. And Della Reese lost her daughter. So a few months later, Della and Roma walked on the beach, and they shared just looking out at the beautiful ocean. And Della Reese had commented to her how wonderful God is. And Roma felt such an awe of someone who was going through such a dark, dark moment, but still had the gratitude to thank God. And Roma had lost her mom when she was only 10, so she had an aching in her heart to find a woman who could be that motherly figure. And Della looked at her and said that I didn't know he was bringing you into my life because I was going to need a baby girl. Will you be my baby girl, Roma? She asked. Yes, said Roma. Well, then I am your mama. I am your mama. So Roma goes on to say, now in that moment, I was longing for my real mama, and Della for her real baby girl. But we were also overflowing with gratitude to God for giving us each other to fill the holes in our aching hearts. God had a plan for us. We didn't know the comfort we would find from loving each other, but God knew. The redemption of our losses doesn't make the pain go away. It doesn't mean the loss didn't happen, but it does mean that even in the darkest moments, there can be light again. Number 4, spread kindness far and wide. So making a difference by becoming the spokesperson for Operation Smile was a very important part of Roma Downey's life. And Operation Smile provides safe, simple surgery for impoverished children who are born with craniofacial anomalies. And when I read that, it was very touching to me because in one of my pregnancies, my baby had cleft lip and palate. This is a beautiful organization that Roma is very dedicated to and really calls on all of us to play a role, to spread that kindness, those little acts of kindness any way we can. And she goes on to say, we sometimes think we have to do huge things to change the world. We don't. We just have to have the eyes to see the needs around us and to use the capabilities God has given us to help in small ways. God is waiting for us to be his hands in the world. So Roma and her husband created the Bible series, a very successful series about the Bible and stories from the Bible. And at one point, Roma played Mother Mary. And she realized through just the enormity of this undertaking, this role that she was going to play as the Mother of God, what a loving example that Mary was. She says, Mary is a living example of deep, loving surrender and the power of sacrifice. The Blessed Mother inspires all of us to recognize what it means to love God and to let go and trust that God always knows best. I know this can be hard sometimes. We strive to control and manage our lives, and it can be a challenge to let go and surrender, to hand it all over to God. But Mary teaches us it is possible. Mary teaches us what love is. Love wants to protect and save, but love also knows that sometimes sacrifice and surrender are what is called for. When we let go and empty our hands, God is there to fill our open hands. Think about Mary's darkest days. She didn't know what would happen in 3 days, that her son would rise from the dead, that his mission was far from over and had in truth just begun. Mary trusted God. And I'll end this review with some words from the conclusion of this book. Our lives probably look very different, yours and mine. None of us traverses the same path, but I know that we will all share one thing in common, and that is that our Father in heaven loves each of us equally and fiercely. He is forging a beautiful butterfly out of whatever cocoon you may be enduring. Take heart, have faith, and when the light comes, as it always does, enjoy the flight to the rest of your life. So I will link where you can get a copy of this fabulous book published by Simon & Schuster. Until next time, peace and love.